And our ancestors, for as long as there has been recorded history, have looked at the night sky and pondered the nature of our existence. And we're no exception, our generation. The only difficulty now is that the night sky is blocked by the glare of city lights. And so astronomers go to these very remote mountain tops to view and to study the cosmos. So telescopes are our window to the cosmos. It's no exaggeration to say that the southern hemisphere is going to be the future of astronomy for the 21st century. Well, in 2004 we integrated ticketing in southeast Queensland, so we introduced a paper ticket that allowed you to travel across all the 3 modes in southeast Queensland, so bus, train, and ferry. And the second stage of integrated ticketing is the introduction of a smart card, and the smart card will enable people to store value, so to put value on the card, and then to use the card for traveling around the system. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain of, if I'm going to do what I was born for, the things I was brought into the world to do? Or is this what I was created for? To huddle under the blankets and stay warm? But it's nicer in here. So you were born to feel nice? Instead of doing things and experiencing them? Don't you see the plants, the birds, the ants and spiders and bees going about their individual tasks, putting the world in order, as best they can? And you're not willing to do your job as a human being? Why aren't you running to do what your nature demands? There are few studies on research training programs within the realm of Asian American health disparities. The existing literature on training programs tends to emphasize broad components such as mentorship and an examination of the community and academic partnership. Moreover, the current available literature pertains mostly to clinical practitioners such as nurses and doctors in residency rather than researchers. Few articles employed quantitative evaluation methods, because most of these evaluations were limited to a low number of participants. Men have always tried to encode secrets. Military communication, love letters, and forbidden knowledge. Sooner or later most secret texts had been decoded. But among all the history's cryptic writing, one has stood out. This text has defied all attempts to unveil its secret for centuries, the Voynich manuscript. It's the world's most mysterious book, written by an unknown author in an absolutely singular alphabet and illustrated with puzzling images. There are some 250 million cars in America, 250 million cars in the country with just over 300 million people. And most of those vehicles, of course, are gas-powered. This poses a huge challenge, given the limited supplies of oil and the growing urgency of the global warming crisis. But there is good news, according to our guests today. And that is, we have the know-how and the technology to build sleek, fast automobiles that don't use gasoline. These vehicles of tomorrow are powered by hydrogen, electricity, biofuels, and digital technology. And they already exist, so what's stopping us from putting them on the roads? Our guests today will help answer that. The editors hold that if identity politics has no preordained political effects, then to a significant degree, the risks and dilemmas of identity politics signal not a failure of identity politics per se but a failure of states to democratize their political processes. They find this to be especially true of liberal democracies, where open political space for an engaged citizenry requires public institutions that possess the capacity/determination to develop procedures and guidelines for addressing claims in ways that are compatible with the rule of law, constitutional principles, and public reason. Now that the story's been scratched, it is only part of contingency planning. But it was a symptom of the dramatic turn of events in South Australia, and it flushed out other remarks from water academics and people like Tim Flannery, indicating that things were really much worse than had been foreshadowed, even earlier this year. So is Adelaide, let alone some whole regions of South Australia, in serious bother? Considering that the vast amount of its drinking water comes from the beleaguered Murray, something many of us outside the state may not have quite realized, is their predicament something we have to face up to as a nation? Beautiful buildings, two of which have won and another was runner-up in the prestigious United Nations World Habitat Award, the first time an Australian building has received that international honour. We rely on older concepts of Australian architecture that are heavily influenced by the bush. All residents have private verandas which allow them to socialize outdoors and also create some defensible space between their bedrooms and public areas. We use a lot of natural and soft materials to build beautiful landscape gardens. Urban gardening is transforming city landscapes, offering both aesthetic beauty and practical benefits. As more people live in densely populated areas, the need for green spaces becomes crucial. Urban gardens can be found on rooftops, balconies, and vacant lots, providing fresh produce and promoting sustainability. These gardens also foster community spirit, bringing neighbors together to share resources and knowledge. Additionally, they help combat urban heat and improve air quality. The movement encourages individuals to grow their own food, reducing reliance on commercial agriculture and lowering carbon footprints. As cities continue to expand, urban gardening stands out as a viable solution to enhance urban life, creating greener, healthier, and more connected communities. Meetings, calls, kids, dogs, errands, exercise, and all those emails. Who doesn't feel starved for time these days? But a new study suggests that you can feel like you have more time by donating some to others. The research is in the journal Psychological Science. There really are only 24 hours in a day, 7 or 8 of which are, ideally, spent sleeping. And a time commitment does take time. But researchers found that if people felt like they had done something for others, their perception was that they had gotten more done than people who killed time, spent time on themselves, or got unexpected free time. And that made them feel like they had more time overall. You don't even have to spend your whole Sunday volunteering. The helping tasks in the study took only about 5 to 15 minutes. They included things like editing a student's essay or writing a note to a sick child. Time donors also felt like they could do more with their time, making them even more willing to give time in the future. Are we smarter than the dinosaurs? Specifically, are we clever enough to avoid their fate? If we don't want to be blown away by an asteroid, it would help to know what's out there. That's the idea behind the Sentinel mission. Sentinel is an infrared space telescope designed to spot near-Earth asteroids. But it won't be near Earth. It will launch in 2017 or 18 and adopt a Venus-like orbit around the Sun. From there it will search space for any asteroids that might come dangerously close to Earth. It could double the known count of near-Earth asteroids in a matter of weeks. With enough warning, we'd have a chance to deflect an inbound asteroid. Sentinel is the brainchild of the B612 Foundation. B612 was the asteroid home of literature's Little Prince. The group announced their plans for Sentinel on June 28. But those plans depend on funding. The B612 Foundation is a non-profit that aims to finance Sentinel through philanthropy. Former NASA astronaut Ed Lu heads the foundation. He says Sentinel needs a few $100 million to get off the ground. That's a lot of cash, but the B612 Foundation might make it. After all, when it comes to fundraising, humans leave the dinosaurs in the dust. Mental health is a crucial aspect of overall well-being, yet it often remains stigmatized and neglected. Mental health issues can affect anyone, regardless of age, gender, or background, leading to challenges in daily life, relationships, and work. Promoting mental health awareness is essential for creating supportive environments where individuals feel safe to seek help. Access to mental health resources, such as therapy and counseling, is vital for recovery and management of conditions like anxiety and depression. Encouraging open counseling about mental health can foster understanding and empathy within communities. By prioritizing mental health, we not only improve individual lives but also enhance societal resilience, ultimately contributing to healthier, more compassionate communities. The future of technology promises to be transformative, shaping how we live, work, and interact. Innovations in artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and renewable energy are set to revolutionize industries and enhance quality of life. AI is increasingly integrated into everyday applications, from personal assistance to advanced data analysis, improving efficiency and decision-making. Meanwhile, biotechnology holds the potential to revolutionize healthcare, offering personalized treatments and breakthroughs in disease prevention. As technology evolves, ethical considerations become paramount, especially concerning privacy and security. Striking a balance between innovation and responsibility is crucial for fostering a future where technology benefits all of humanity. Continued investment in education and infrastructure will ensure that society is equipped to navigate this rapidly changing landscape. Storytelling is a timeless art that transcends cultures and generations, playing a vital role in human connection. Through stories, we share experiences, values, and lessons, fostering empathy and understanding among diverse communities. Whether conveyed through oral tradition, literature, or digital media, storytelling captures the imagination and can inspire change. In an age dominated by technology, the essence of storytelling remains relevant, with platforms like podcasts and social media transforming how we share narratives. The power of a well-told story can evoke emotions, challenge perceptions, and drive action. As we navigate a complex world, harnessing the art of storytelling can unite us, reminding us of our shared humanity and the richness of our diverse experiences. Indicates that plant-based diets can lower the risk of chronic diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, and certain cancers. By focusing on whole foods like fruits, vegetables, legumes, and grains, individuals can improve their nutrient intake while reducing saturated fats and cholesterol. Environmentally, plant-based diets require fewer resources and generate lower greenhouse gas emissions compared to meat-centric diets, making them a sustainable choice for our planet. Additionally, choosing plant-based options promotes ethical treatment of animals, reducing the demand for factory farming. Embracing this dietary shift can lead to healthier lifestyles, a more sustainable planet, and a compassionate approach to food consumption. Social media has dramatically reshaped communication, influencing how we connect and share information. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter enable instant interaction, allowing individuals to maintain relationships across vast distances. However, this immediacy can come with drawbacks, such as the spread of misinformation and the challenge of distinguishing credible sources. Additionally, social media can contribute to feelings of isolation and anxiety, as users may compare their lives to curated highlights of others. Balancing the benefits of connectivity with the potential for negative impacts is essential. Promoting digital literacy and fostering positive online communities can help users navigate social media responsibly, ensuring it remains a tool for connection rather than division. Education is a fundamental pillar of society, shaping individuals and communities alike. It equips people with knowledge and skills necessary for personal development and societal contribution. Beyond academics, education fosters critical thinking, creativity, and problem-solving abilities, preparing individuals to navigate a complex world. Access to quality education can reduce poverty and inequality, creating pathways for economic mobility. Moreover, lifelong learning is increasingly important in a rapidly changing job market, where adaptability and continuous skill enhancement are essential. Investing in education, from early childhood to adult learning, is vital for building resilient societies that can thrive amidst challenges and embrace opportunities for growth and innovation. For all his fame and celebration, William Shakespeare remains a mysterious figure with regards to personal history. There are just two primary sources for information on the bard: his works, and various legal and church documents that have survived from Elizabethan times. Naturally, there are many gaps in this body of information, which tells us little about Shakespeare the man. Well, in 2004 we integrated ticketing in Southeast Queensland, so we introduced a paper ticket that allowed you to travel across all the three modes in Southeast Queensland, so bus, train and ferry. And the second stage of integrated ticketing is the introduction of a smart card, and the smart card will enable people to store value, so to put value on the card, and then to use the card for traveling around the system. In animals, a movement is coordinated by a cluster of neurons in the spinal cord, called the central contract patterns generator, CPG. This produces signals that drive muscles to contract rhythmically in a way that produces running or walking, depending on the pattern of pulses. A simple signal from the brain instructs the CPG to switch between different modes, such as going from a standstill to walking. Brooke and her colleague Mark Newman studied who swapped messages with whom on a popular online dating platform in the month of January 2014. They categorized users by desirability using PageRank, one of the algorithms behind search technology. Essentially, if you receive a dozen messages from desirable users, you must be more desirable than someone who receives the same number of messages from average users. Then they asked, how far out of their league do online daters tend to go when pursuing a partner? I think people are optimistic realists.